day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to St. Joseph Academy for today's Ohio High School Athletic Association matchup between the Trinity Trojans and your St. Joseph Academy Jaguars.
The school playing today are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by the rules of eligibility and contest regulations.
The officials assigned to this game have met extensive requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved by both schools to provide their important role in today's game.
Your support of the student athletes on the court in today's match is appreciated by both member schools competing. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to exhibit the qualities of good conduct throughout the contest, and the administration of both schools requests the same from all viewers.
Both teams are now in the middle of warming up. They've got 3 minutes left on the clock here, but it's going to be an exciting game today. We are very excited to bring this game to you. And we also, they'll take part in announcing starters as well as the national anthem and prayer. So we will return right when that begins. All right, and if you're just tuning in, they have just announced starters and taken part in the national anthem. Starting for your Jaguars today are our usual 5, our fabulous 5. Number 2, Bree White. Number 4, Ruthie Becker. Number 10, Morgan Wersch. Number 22, Melanie Alvarenga. And number 24, Kate Mocho.
Should be an exciting game here. Trinity visiting Jaguars home court. It's anticipated to be a pretty fast, physical game. So hopefully the Jaguars can get out to a quick start here in this first quarter.
For sure. Yeah, Jaguars just played this past Thursday with a win over Hathaway Brown. You know, kind of a breeze for them. High-scoring game, 63-17. So ultimately, the Jags haven't had a lot of time to kind of solidify how they play, but I wouldn't say they've had a great amount of time to really measure how this team might affect them and challenge them in certain ways.
I mean, you just saw this is Trinity's third offensive possession, like on this side of the floor. Melanie Alvarenga called in with a reaching foul there. Again, we said this team, Trinity, they're going to play fast, they're going to play aggressive, they're going to play scrappy. Joe said just to be able to match that energy and got a box out down low. Trinity had 2 or 3 offensive rebounds already. I think another thing, too, that's going to be important as Morgan Wersch there doing a good job being at help defense. A steal by Kate Mocho, who pushes it up the court.
Makes the pass off to Bree White. Bree White has the most action inside that paint and some of her sneaky twos.
Good offensive rebound there off the missed jumper by Melanie.
Melanie will make that long pass over to Ruthie Becker. She'll go for the 3. Bounces off that side of the rim. That'll be a foul there, but yeah, Ruthie Becker and Kate, we've mentioned this previously. Ruthie Becker and Kate Mocho are people to watch in terms of those 3s, and just they each all kind of have their own individual skills, and together if they can really make that cohesive offense and defense for that matter, they can play really wonderfully. So
as you can see there, got caught in the back of the press. Back line just moved up a little bit too far there, but again, that's kind of hard. Melanie doing her best to sprint back, but that back line is really difficult position to play. So
yeah,
we'll
Trojans
see.
will make that first 2 in the game, but 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We've got a lot of time.
Morgan Wersch nails with the 3.
Yeah, interesting to see Morgan Wersch really even taking those 3s. I mean, she's done it before, but you don't see the most action from her on the shooting side. She's like Emily said, she can play well as a post and whatnot. So
errant pass there by Melanie Alvarenga. Called a travel, but something to watch here is 2 quick fouls on the Jaguars already, which is something that a lot of people don't want to see because, I mean, these starters, you can kind of tell this is going to be a close game already, so you'd hate to have to see Coach Greg go to his bench so early.
Yep.
Again, that post, that the press with the back line, that's just a hard thing. Whoever, I believe it's Melanie and Bree, are kind of in the middle here, just having to get back. So Morgan's not dealing with 3 people on the
beautiful pass over to Ruthie Becker. She'll make that first 3 of the game for the Jaguars. Ruthie Becker, too, just phenomenal to watch.
Yeah.
We've mentioned before, did take a year off of playing basketball here for the Jaguars, but came back, still remains pretty semi-automatic. And
Kate Mocho with the steal.
Makes that pass over to Bree White, who will fight for that for the Jaguars.
Oh, they're calling a travel there.
Trojans do the throw in there, make a long pass.
Good job there of Melanie covering middle and being able to get back so Morgan can take her man. Strong drive down the lane by number 1, Nyla Thornton. Cross-court pass by Morgan Wersch to Ruthie Becker. Shooting from well beyond the arc, and she hits another 3, her second of the game. Great shot there by Ruthie. A little bit of miscommunication there on the front end of that pass, but good job of Kate and everybody else hustling back to help defend that last line and press there.
Yeah, that'll remain in Trojan possession. Yeah, interesting to watch. As I mentioned, played Hathaway Brown this past Thursday. Went up against Elyria Catholic on Monday, where they won 38-33. A tough game, one that had all Jaguar fans on the edge of their seats.
Yeah.
The Jaguars did not perform very well in that first half. 11:22 was the score at halftime, I believe. So it was really important that they kind of recovered from that, really started to understand. I know Kate Mocho had some back-to-back threes, which allowed the Jaguars to kind of create a scoring gap there, and ultimately solidified them to be able to get that win.
Yeah, really, they've had some really tough, close games they've had to be a part of recently. But again, these girls are super strong, super resilient. They've been doing a great job of all season of just managing some tough situations, especially late in some of these games. It'll stay Trojan ball. Again, just a lot of offensive rebounds for the Trojans down low. Jags have got to focus on making sure they really box out down low. I know a lot of times, like I did it too, like you just kind of want to go up and get for the ball, but like the first thing you have to do is box out. Make sure if you can't get the rebound, another teammate's going to get the rebound. Boxing out is super important again too, because unfortunately this Jaguar team doesn't have a whole lot of height. And these Trojan girls, everybody here is pretty matched up pretty evenly today. So.
Yeah, for sure. I think something we touched upon too on a previous broadcast, but not very recently.
Kate Mocha, I believe that's her first foul. Melanie Bree and Kate Mocho each have fouled in this first quarter. There's something not good, as you can see. Coach Greg putting Gabby in here.
Yeah.
No, that's Kate's second. That's why you see her being subbed out a little bit early. So.
This was also an issue at that Elyria Catholic game. Ultimately didn't really shake her that much. Still had those back-to-back threes in the third quarter. So I think it's crucial. Yeah, she sits on the bench and really talks to those coaches, see how she can avoid getting those calls on her necessarily to come back in and show a lot of fire like she did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you'll see her again this first quarter, but hopefully she'll get back in the second quarter. She's doing a good job. Everybody here, you see Melanie, you see Ruthie doing it the last couple possessions. Keeping their hands back, making sure they're like keeping their arms wide.
Beautiful pass, Melanie Alvarenga to Gabby Croce. Tries to make the pass off. That'll be a turnover. Trojans take it back up the court.
Right idea.
Beautiful shot, but can't quite execute it. That'll be called a foul. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, like when we got the chance to talk to Coach Greg, one thing he's really focusing on this season is that the fact that he teaches more freedom of play, not relying on the coach for every movement and like understanding contextually where to go and how to read the offenses and defenses that they're interacting with.
Yeah.
As you like mentioned, it's something they're really working on with the amount of turnovers they often get to. It's something that they really have to focus on this season.
Yeah, I mean, turnover-wise too, as Trojans make 1 or 2 free throws, your score is 9-5 Jaguars. But sometimes when the Jaguars at home, they faced a really tough press, and a lot of time you saw it in Meg's game. You saw it in a couple of games. I don't remember exactly which game, but right there, those overhead cross-court passes are where they see a lot of those turnovers in the backcourt.
Yeah, and there's also that element too, like you mentioned, the height can really challenge them there. Gabby Croce tries to make the pass off, can steal it back from the Trojan, makes the pass to Bree White. That'll be called a shooting foul there, but yeah, one of those things that's just, they also, those 5 that we mentioned earlier, those fabulous 5, I like to call them, are our starters for most games. So really understanding that like they can play in different ways too as those second string players start to come in. Bree White now at the line for the Jaguars will miss that first free throw. Your score is 9-5 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Crucial that the Jags stop fouling as much here.
Yeah, I mean, 4 fouls in the first quarter. You're putting a lot of your starters in foul trouble here, which isn't really good because, again, this game is Melanie Alvarenga.
Gets that back, makes the pass off to Bree White, makes that over to Gabby Croce. Morgan Wersch over to Melanie Alvarenga.
Yeah. Morgan did a good job at looking at Ruthie. Thought it was too risky pass. That's good. Find Ruthie again. I would keep looking for Ruthie on the perimeter. She's been pretty hot so far.
Yeah,
so
sure.
if she's calling for the ball, I would just do your best to get it over there to her because she's having a great catch-and-shoot game.
Yeah, for sure.
Lucky missed layup there, but a
Gabby
miscommunication on some help defense down low.
Yeah, another thing, too, is really crucial that they don't clog up that paint there.
Yeah.
It's something that they really have to focus on. Melanie Alvarenga, you'll usually see her at the beginning of a play really start to set it all up, sit higher back on the court, but really crucial that they don't all rush to the basket at once and kind of allow even not just Melanie, but to set something up, and I think that'll help achieve that, understanding the offense and defense, what they're about to encounter.
Yeah, JagWire's having a tough time getting matched up here down low off that transition. Travel, I believe, is called, yeah. And Trojans want a timeout. Trojans are getting pretty good look in the paint. Jaguars have just got to be a little bit more vocal and a little more aware of who's matched up with who, especially coming back in that fast transition you see from the Trojans. Overall, good first quarter so far. They're up by 5 with about 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Jaguars, they look a little flustered, but settling into the game. Obviously, games like this are tough when the other team's a lot more aggressive than you're anticipating. They're moving a lot faster than you're anticipating, so it's just a matter of settling down, playing your game, working the ball around the court, and hopefully these 4 fouls in the first quarter won't come back to bite them later in the game.
For sure, and yeah, it's interesting to look at their schedules in comparison as well. Obviously, two teams that are kind of on opposite sides of Cleveland here, but ultimately have played one of the same opponents, being Lutheran West. They both took the win there. The Jaguars did have a smaller scoring gap there, but that was in the midst of Christmas break. I think there were some other logistics that kind of prevented them from scoring even higher that game. So crucial that, the Jaguars continue to read this well and just play aggressively, as well as, keeping up to speed. As you mentioned, it's such a pivotal thing, but it's also, I think a lot of times they're hesitant to do so, to not exhaust themselves, as early as the first quarter, which is a reasonable thing to consider. So, Jaguars just need to stay together here on this one and continue to find all of those scoring opportunities that they can. Ruthie Becker goes for the 3, hits the back of the rim there.
Good effort trying to rebound there, box out.
Trojans will take it back up court.
Good job by Melanie. Oh, rejected. Down low by Melanie Alvarenga. Fantabulous. Fabulous block there.
Fantabulous.
Yeah, always. Fabulous block by Melanie Alvarenga. And good job by Bree White, really sprinting, getting back to cover that drop-off pass that was there down low.
Yeah, Melanie Alvarenga, a fun player to watch in terms of steals. She averages a couple per, I think 1 or 2 per game at least, but she's fun, and you can tell, I think she feels pretty good after.
Yeah, she's fired up down there. But it's so good to see her, though, because Melanie, if you watch her in all these games, she goes up for those blocks a lot. She's got a crazy vertical. Steal by Bree White.
Yes, Bree White.
She's got a crazy vertical, and she goes up really aggressively, too. So a lot of the time she gets called.
Oh, unfortunately, Melanie Alvarenga makes that pass to Gabby Croce, hits the bottom of the rim as she goes up.
Double dribble. See, Melanie was waiting for it again. She was kind of letting her come down the lane, ready for that block. But no, Melanie a lot of the time gets called for some unlucky fouls down low, trying to go up for those blocks. So I think she's pretty hyped up about that being called.
Yeah, Brooke Haddad now in for Bree White. Brooke Haddad, I believe, had a pretty good game against Hathaway Brown the other night. So interested to see how that translated.
Good pass there.
Here.
Good pass by Morgan Wersch to kick it back out for Melanie for the follow points.
Your score now is 12-5 with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. As you mentioned, Melanie Alvarenga is an interesting player to watch. Just in regards, I think she has a great idea of just an idea of patience, even where she lets it happen and then she attacks. So she kind of waits for it, and you may think that's a disadvantage, but I honestly think it allows her to kind of think what she's going to do next. Read the player and what they're trying to execute here, as well as just trying to, score for the Jags.
Yeah, she just had some good help defense too. Melanie's in good help defense down low. Brooks in good help defense down on the side, on the line, up the line.
Yeah, Jaguars forcing Trojans to stay on that arch, which, as we've seen at the beginning of this game, Trojans are scoring most in the paint.
Good poke away.
So I think the Jaguars do have an idea of here to keep them along that arch. You're not going to get as many opportunities to score well.
Good aggressive defense there combined with Brooke Haddad and Melanie Alvarenga. Brooke pushing it down the floor.
Tries to make the pass to Morgan Wersch. She doesn't see that one there, so.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication down low.
Morgan Wersch will come out, and Bree White will come back in.
Yeah, I think with putting Brooke Haddad in, both Morgan and Brooke are super strong in the paint. So I think giving Morgan a break here so she can be ready to go for second quarter play is a good idea, as you let Brooke kind of take over that post position, especially after the great game she's coming off of.
For sure. Coach Greg talking to Melanie and Ruthie here, just kind of letting them know what he thinks is best here.
Melanie's face guarding.
Bree White gets that back for the Jaguars. She'll take that down the court. She'll wait there a second, make the pass off to Ruthie Becker, one of her best friends in real life.
Yeah.
Makes the pass over to Gabby Croce. Gets that
Bree
over
White
Bree
with
White.
a great mismatch down low.
Jaguars believe that to be a shooting foul.
Ooh. White ball calling a foul on the Trojans, getting a little scrappy down there, which again was anticipated in this game. You expect both teams here to come out aggressive in the second quarter. 6 seconds left. Hopefully Jags can get a good shot off before this first quarter comes to an end.
Yeah, with a 7-point lead, it's crucial that the second quarter they really focus on scoring more and preventing the Trojans to really make action in that paint. Ruthie Becker goes for that three again, hits the back of the rim. And that's the end of the second quarter. Your score being 12-5.
First quarter.
First quarter, beginning of the second.
There you go.
And we will return in the second quarter.
Yeah. All right, here, start of the second quarter. Your score is St. Joseph's Academy Jaguars 12, Trinity 5. On the court for your Jaguars, Kate Mocho back in, which we like to see here at the start of the second quarter. She's got to be careful. She has 2 fouls so far in the game. Brooke Haddad, Bree White, Melanie Alvarenga, and Ruthie Becker.
Kate Mocho makes that pass off to Melanie Alvarenga, takes it down the court for Jaguars. She's looking for the drive there, makes that pass over to Ruthie Becker, goes for the three. Shot a little too far there, hits the side of the rim.
Good job by Bree White, offensive rebounding. She's had a lot today. As Brooke Haddad goes up strong, gets a foul call. Again, Brooke Haddad is coming off a fantastic game this past Thursday. Great to see her go up strong, get to the free throw line early. And Bree White, again, doing a fantastic job of rebounding, offensive rebounding down low and really trying to get in position and giving these Jaguars some second chance shots as Brooke Haddad misses the first free throw.
Yeah, also interesting to see, 4 seniors on the court at this moment with Brooke Haddad in as well. Interesting to see how that dynamic kind of takes shape. I honestly think sometimes it forces Brooke to step up as she makes that second free throw, my apologies. Makes her kind of step up, match the speed of some of these seniors. And I honestly think it'll improve how she plays
Stepped out of bounds. Yeah, I mean, Brooke Haddad, her sister Ava Haddad, was varsity player all 4 years on this program. Brooke's been around these coaches, around these girls. She knows how this program works. She's overall a fantastic player. Super strong in the post. As you see, not afraid to take contact down low. And she's really, called the over and back. Turnover by your Jaguars. Apparently Ruthie Becker hadn't quite crossed that half-court line yet. So another Jaguar turnover here.
Jaguars disappointed by that. Again, one of those things is kind of silly to mess up and can kind of stress them out a little bit, force them to take some action here with 7 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Your score being 13-5 with Jags in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, luckily Trinity hasn't hit a whole lot of looks down low here yet, which is good for the Jags, but they're getting in the paint pretty easily, and they're hitting a lot of those mid-range jumpers.
They'll miss that
Three goes
there.
in and out. Offensive foul there.
Interesting to watch Isabella Dorsey, who just went up for that shot there for the Trojans. Also played in the JV game as well. So swings up, just a sophomore. So interesting to see. We always mention this as we also play Nia French and Lizzie Gus on our varsity squad as well. But interesting to see how playing 2 quarters of JV can really affect them into this varsity game, whether they're exhausted or it just kind of fires them up, gets them in the rhythm of things.
Yeah.
You'll see that too. It's something to consider too as you look at these Trojans as they bring up people that played. Melanie Elveringham makes the pass to Kate Mocho. She'll go for the three. Hits
Oh.
that rim shot a little too far there, but
See Kate really trying hard not to pick up her third foul here early. Steal by Ruthie Becker. And double dribble. Sophie Selleck coming in, check in for give Ruthie Becker a blow, which I think she deserves. She's been playing for quite a long time here now, so get her a quick water and hopefully get her back in here.
For sure.
Clock is my clock moving? Yeah, okay.
Interesting, like I mentioned, seeing Dorsey be kind of a leader there for the Trojans at the top of the court. So,
yeah, she's come to, I know she's come to a couple like JagWire games. She's participated in a lot of camps for the JagWire program over the summer. She's a fantastic player. I have no doubt as she goes on to be her junior, senior season, she'll become an amazing player. She's really quick. She's got some great moves for down under layups since she's a bit of a smaller guard. Fantastic player. I can't wait to watch her in the coming seasons.
yeah, that was just a foul called on Sophie Stellick. Trojans try to take that three there, but
Good box out down low by Sophie Selleck and Brooke Haddad, making sure Jags can secure that rebound.
Kate Mocho makes that pass over to Bree White. Bree White makes that back to Kate Mocho. Tries Sophie Stellick, just wasn't in front of the defender there. Kate Mocho tries to steal that back, but she'll be called there.
That's her third foul, unfortunately. She's doing good. She's going for the ball. I think she hit the ball actually, but refs saw different, and that's just tough break there for Kate Mocho with her third foul.
Looking at Morgan Wersch and Gabby Croce about to come in for the Jags. Assuming that'll probably take Kate Mocho out there, and someone maybe like Brooke or
yeah,
Bree.
probably.
Trojans will miss that first free throw. Yeah, Brooke and Kate Mocho out as anticipated.
That's good. I mean, obviously, tough break for Kate here with the 3 fouls. Probably won't see her again before halftime, but hopefully she'll come back out, start a third, be ready to go. And Brooke Haddad, she played a fantabulous couple of minutes here.
Trojans miss that second free throw. Morgan Wersch makes that pass to Gabby Croce, who goes for the three. Hits
Little
the rim.
long.
Yeah.
Jags have been a little cold from the arc here. Besides that, Morgan and those two, Ruthie. Oh,
That's called a foul there.
Melanie's second, I believe.
Ruthie Becker will head back in for the Jaguars here in a second.
Yeah, this is starting to look a little scary for your Jaguars. I believe Ruthie's your only starting guard here without a foul, besides Melanie and Kate. So, but
Gabby
looks
Croce.
like, as I say, Melanie should be coming out here with her second foul.
A little bit of miscommunication there ultimately, but figured out as the Trojans will take this second free throw here with 6 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and the Jaguars with an 8-point lead over the Trojans. Trojans
As
will
they
sink
make
that second
one
one.
of two.
Ruthie Becker takes it down the court. Trojans looking to press here. Gabby Croce receives that pass, makes the pass over to a Trojan, unfortunately.
Yeah, Morgan looked like she was diving a little bit. And Gabby's going to get called on a pushing foul here, I believe. She's trying to go for the ball. Another 4-foul quarter for the Jaguars, which is just something that all these girls have really got to be careful of. Here, this rotation might start getting a little wonky with some players in foul trouble.
For sure. Trojans able to keep it in.
Turnover down low by the Trojans.
Jaguars now in possession of that ball.
Yeah, this press here, these two Trojans here on the front line are really giving Jags a little bit of a hard time. Sophie's doing a good job. Bit of an errant pass there by Ruthie Becker. Sophie's doing a good job in the middle, but I think they got to look at Bree as a flyer down the side
For sure.
too. That's a real quick outlet pass. Give Sophie a chance to crash the middle.
Have a less amount of defenders on them as well.
Yeah.
Sophie Stella makes the tip off, gets that ball back for the Jaguars. That'll be a jump ball there.
Oh. They're calling a hold there on the Trojans.
So not a jump ball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was going to be, but unless one of the girls, she had Sophie's arm, she had jersey, something, they'll call that foul there.
Morgan Wersch makes that pass off for the Jaguars starting the play. Over to Ruthie Becker. Makes that pass, as mentioned, to Bree White, but a little too much force in that pass. Bree White unable to get to it in time.
Yeah, when you see that type of shift there, typically if it's on the far side of the court towards the bleachers there, you'd see the person closer to the scoreboard shift middle. I think Morgan thought Bree was going to fly down a little bit more. Simple miscommunication. We'll fix it in the timeout.
Yeah, for sure. It's something, ball handling here, and as you mentioned, fouls, something the Jaguars need to stay ahead of here. Those can be two things they can avoid,
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, sometimes, like, those reach-in fouls, you're told over and over again, hands back, show your hands. Again, some tough calls. These refs are calling a lot, so especially now, you just got to be really self-aware of, like, where your hands are, if you're too down low, if you're not back. Yeah, you just got to kind of keep that stuff in the back of your mind. Again, Jags with 4 fouls here in both quarters. Tough break here for a lot of these girls who are forced to sit on the bench here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and the same 5 will return it in after that timeout for the Jaguars. Yeah, Jaguars totally being challenged here, and I think a way that they haven't really been in previous games.
Ruthie Becker here with some good lockdown defense as she gets the 5-second call. That's great defense. You see Ruthie with her hands back. She's not reaching in. She's staying low. She's moving quick on her feet. Yeah. Great defensive set from Ruthie Becker on top of the arc.
Gabby Croce will come out. Brooke Haddad back in.
Gabby's done a great job with the minutes she's gotten today, typically more than she would normally have.
Brooke Haddad receives that pass but steps out. Just kind of rolled out of her hands too at that last second there.
Some of these passes are just a little bit too high for some of these post players and some of these forwards.
For sure. Trojans will take it back up court, work along that arch. Oh, and Sophie Stellick intercepts that pass, passes that off to Bree White. Bree White needs to take a second, tries to make that pass over to Morgan Wersch. Brooke Haddad there to receive it. Ruthie Becker goes for the 3, hits that back to the rim. Trojans will take it back up court. Again, keep up with the speed is crucial. Trojans will put 2 on the scoreboard there, making your score 13-8 with 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Brooke Haddad coming over to get the good pass. Good fake by Morgan. Ooh, Sophie Stellick crashed in the middle. Would have been a good look. Brooke Haddad with the 3. Great shot.
Again, I know this team is fast, but it's also crucial that the Jaguars are able to, when they are on offense, kind of take a second, realize what they have and what they're able to put forward. So
yeah, I believe they're going to get Morgan Wersch here with the foul.
And that'll be her first foul.
Again, some of these, especially in transition, Jags are just getting beat a little bit off the drive. They're getting caught about 1 step behind, and that's when, especially some of these Trojan girls, are doing a good job of taking a bit of a hesitation dribble. And again, Jags are just running right into them. Refs are gonna call that all day.
For sure.
And Jags here in some trouble. They've got 5 fouls. So every foul from now on will be a shooting foul for the Trojans.
They'll miss that first free throw. I think Jaguars are fortunate enough that the Trojans haven't been very consistent with their free throws.
Yeah.
But that's something that they can't really rely on as they go into the third and fourth quarter here.
Yeah.
They'll miss that second free throw as well. Ruthie Becker takes it back for the Jaguars. Strong defense there by the Trojans. Makes the pass off to Morgan Wersch, who stays in for the Jaguars.
Yeah. Good job of keeping her pivot foot down and staying in bounds. Good pass down low.
Stellick, and she'll take 2 for the Jaguars.
That's a great offensive set. Something Sophie and Brooke do super well down low, getting open in position, and great job by Bree and some of the other guards making sure they're taking that time to look down low because wide open. Great shot there. Good defense, good help defense on low, making sure everybody stays straight up. Really trying not to foul here, which is super important for the last 3:30 here.
Ruthie Becker to the pass, over to
nice,
Brooke
good
Haddad.
pump fake by Brooke. Oh, just unlucky, but she'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, interesting. I feel like we don't see Brooke Haddad at the foul line very often, simply just because, like, she's usually she's a second string player that Coach Greg likes to integrate a bit. So interesting to see her at the fouling line. Usually see someone like Morgan or Bree more frequently. So
I mean, I think it's great though. Again, she's coming off a great game.
For sure.
Too, and Brooke again, she's just such an athletic player. It's great to see her. Morgan has been shooting from the outside a lot, which is great. She's working on her outside shot, which is fantastic. And it also gives Brooke the opportunity to really work on some of her skills down low too, which I think is great.
Brooke will take both free throws there, making the score 28 with 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Yeah, the Jaguars aren't playing what they're most comfortable with, but I honestly think it's kind of proving to them that they're able to. So
Good defense by Brooke there, keeping her arms out wide. Little bit of a miss box out there by a couple Jags down low. Make sure you just got to really get in front of some of these Trojans. Make sure you don't let them get the offensive rebound here. Trojans have actually got a lot of offensive rebounds throughout these 2 quarters, which is something Jags got to clean up.
Trojans go for the 3. A little shot with a little too much force, too far. Stays in Trojan possession, though.
Yeah, and I think, too, through these 2 quarters, Ruthie Becker needs to be given a lot of credit. With Melanie and Kate both on the bench with foul trouble, she's done a great job of managing this offense, handling the pressure as Trojans get the paint score, too. She's done a fantastic job these first 2 quarters.
Yeah, her leadership skills, I think are really coming out here. Not even one of the team captains, but you're seeing a lot of that.
And Sophie Stellick is going to get called for a moving screen, I believe. Another tough break, and the Trojans will go to the line to shoot 2, I believe.
Yep.
Or not. They're going to inbound. Maybe because it was an offensive foul.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. When I got to talk to Ruthie Becker, I kind of asked her, how do you want to lead this season?
Trojans get called for an offensive foul, so possession will go right back to the JagWires with about 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Your St. Joe's Academy JagWires are up 20-10 on Trinity Trojans.
And when I got the chance to talk to Ruthie about how she wants to lead this season, she said the 2 aspects that she's really focusing on the most is team spirit and motivation. So wants to keep the team morale high, keep everyone excited, energized. Brooke Haddad will go for the 3, shot a little too far there, hits the rim. That is a foul called on the Trojans. Bree White will head to the line for the Jaguars.
Yeah, again, she's got her wrapped around. Bree's got both her arms up trying to go for the offensive rebound. Can't grab, tug on a jersey, or especially when you're boxing out, you can't wrap your arm. So I believe that's where Nyla Thornton got called for the foul there. Bree White misses her first free throw here. Jags have missed a couple crucial free throws at the line here, so hopefully they'll be able to keep scoring quick and transition. And hopefully those free throws at the end won't come back to bite them. Bree White nails her second free throw.
Sorry, Emily.
Oh, you're good.
I took your sparkle as I started talking.
It's okay. I understand.
Trojans take it back down court for themselves.
Good defense by Gabby Croce here. Number 2, she's been shooting from pretty far beyond the arc, so I would definitely guard her there. Good cut down low.
Trojans able to take 2 there. Your score now being 21-12. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Gabby Croce makes that pass off to Brooke Haddad as 2 defenders kind of corner Ruthie Becker.
Say, look at Bree down low. Ruthie will take the 3 for herself. Be a little long. Good offensive rebound by Gabby Croce.
Oh, and Brooke Haddad unable to get control of the ball there. They'll turn it over.
Whoa. I believe the foul's called on Bree White for a push. And now number 0 for the Trojans will go shoot 2 free throws. Yeah, I mean, both teams here, just a lot of fouls, really aggressive, a little bit clumsy this game. So hopefully second half we'll have a bit of a cleaner game here.
For sure. Trojans will make that first free throw. Cam Croce will come in for Bree White with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's an interesting substitution here. But, I mean, again, I think Bree's got 2 or 3 fouls, so taking her out before, I think good decision by Coach Greg, making sure she's still able to play aggressively the second half.
Yep.
Trojans get an offensive rebound there. Again, a couple just missed box out long rebounds. Something Jags got to clean up here in the second half. Morgan's got to watch her hands there. Make sure she doesn't get called for that reach and foul. These refs have been calling a lot.
That'll be another foul there. Called on the Jaguars. Trojans will go to the line. That'll be a push on Cam Croce. First foul of the game for her. This is actually some of her first playing time in the game. So, again, every Jaguar, I think, at this point might have a foul.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They've had a lot.
Other than,
I think that's at least 7 in this quarter alone. They stopped counting on the scoreboard when it got to 5, but
yeah.
pretty sure that's 7. They had 4 in the first quarter. So Jags have definitely racked up some fouls here, which forces Coach Greg to really utilize his bench. And unfortunately, a lot of these girls are going to have to step up in the second half. And again, just being in foul trouble kind of sucks too, because you have to play a little bit more conservative than you want. Like sometimes, again, this bench, Melanie, Kate, Lizzie on the bench, everybody's doing a really good job of kind of hyping everybody up on the defense, and it gets you going, and you want it, like, you know you can swipe at that ball and stuff,
Yes.
but you really got to watch your hands.
Yeah, for sure. Pass off from Cam Croce to Ruthie Becker. Makes that pass to Brooke Haddad. It's got to stay with control of that ball. Makes the pass off to Ruthie Becker. Makes the great pass to Gabby Croce there. Pass to her younger sister, Cam Croce, who goes
Nails
for
a
the 3.
That's a good 3. She was pretty open on that far corner. Great pass, quick swing there.
Yeah, glad
Morgan
the Jaguars-
Worst doing a good job of trying to get in position down low too. Guards have just got to take a quicker look down there too, but
For sure. Great that the Jaguars, specifically Cam Croce, were able to find those opportunities, and kind of in the middle of a scoring drought just there for a second. So
yeah, as you see, Morgan was in good position down there. I think she's just got to step over like one more, and she might be able to get that charge.
Brooke
Trojan
Haddad takes
kinda
the
went-
drive. That'll be a shooting foul there.
Yeah. Again, everybody's doing a pretty good job being help defense down low. Just slide over one more, because these Trojan girls super athletic. They're just kind of going right around some of these arms you got to have here, so you really got to make sure you step over and get in position.
For sure. You know, it's interesting to watch 2 players on this court for the Jaguars at this time have not received a foul yet, that being Brooke Haddad and Ruthie Becker. And I honestly think that's because they're not playing their usual way they are today.
Yeah, and I think overall it's super important. Like Brooke and Ruthie are 2 of your players. Again, when you've got Bree, Melanie, and Kate all in foul trouble, they really got to stay out of foul trouble here to again, because Brooke and Ruthie, they play a lot of minutes every game, so there's something that's still constant in the offense, and that's helpful, because some of these other girls who don't really play, you know, trying to remember all the plays, getting the correct offense, correct positioning, so it's good to see them with not really any fouls.
Yeah, and with 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter, the Jaguars hold a 10-point lead over the Trojans, with your score being 25-15. Trojans unable to keep that in. That'll return back to Jaguars' possession there.
Yeah, good recovery by Cam Croce. She got caught up on the screen there, but good hustle to make it back down to the block.
Gabby Croce makes that pass off to Ruthie Becker. Even with some Trojan defenders on her, they take the turnover there. That's a bummer there. They find an open opportunity to score too.
Yeah, you can't kind of leave Ruthie to fend for herself in the backcourt.
Brooke Haddad tries to take 2.
Oh! They must have caught her on the body there at the end, but that was a pretty good defensive possession by the Trojans, I won't lie. That was a good block down low, but might have caught Brooke Haddad with the body on the body as she was heading up for that jumper.
She'll make that first free throw there.
Brooke Haddad will make 2 free throws, which is good. Your JagWire lead is back up to 10 with about 3 seconds left to go here. Oh.
Trojans unable to find that last opportunity to score there. Yeah, your score at halftime is 27-17 with the Jaguars in the lead. Again, as they go into this halftime, crucial that they're able to limit those fouls, limit those turnovers, keep up to speed, as well as finding those opportunities for people like Brooke, even maybe Bree in the key to really score. Yeah, interesting to see after this halftime what Coach Greg has kind of spoken to them about and how that their play kind of transforms here.
Yeah, I think Bree with her couple fouls, you really missed her there towards the end of the second quarter. She was getting a lot of offensive tips, a lot of offensive rebounds, and second chance shot for the Jaguars, which you didn't really see a whole lot in the end of that second quarter. So hopefully they're able to keep it clean and keep pushing here. They got 2 more quarters to play.
Interesting to see if Coach Greg adapts their play for the way the Trojans are playing, or if he tries to find those opportunities for them to play in their more traditional ways, with people like Kate Mocho and Ruthie Becker staying along that arch, taking those threes, Bree White in the paint, or is he going to try to just adjust what he's been given? That it's a question that anyone might be thinking right now in this intense halftime.
Yeah, I think that overall, I think all the girls on the bench can fill the same positions. They can play the same way that some of your starters have been in foul trouble right now. I think too, Jags have not been hitting from the arc since that first quarter. I think it's super important to get Brooke and Sophie and Bree and Morgan involved down low. I know these guards, they're amazing shooters from beyond the arc, but they've just got to take that 1 second and make sure you really like pass and look at your post down low because they've been open. Morgan, again, she's real big. She's super strong down low. Sophie Selig, Brooke Haddad, everybody's super like strong down low in that positions. And Bree and Sophie have got a bit of a height mismatch down low. So these guards really have just got to take that second to look in that post because, again, if they can get it in that post, that's when all that defense is collapsed in the middle, and it gives your guards like just one more second to get their feet set to square the basket.
For sure. Yeah.
So I think that's something that I would really like to see here in the second half.
Yep. All right, and we will return after halftime.
All right, with about a minute and 50 seconds to go here, we've got our cameraman Alexi here, and she's got a quick joke and some trivia for us as we wind down on halftime.
Okay, so here's our trivia question. Our question is, how many girls total are on our varsity basketball team? We will announce coming back at 30 seconds left till we start the third quarter.
All right, and we are back in the third quarter. Jaguars and Trojans now take the court. Your score being 27-17. Jaguars holding a 10-point lead. On the court now for your Jaguars at the start of the third is your 5 starters at the beginning with Kate Mocho, Bree White, Morgan Wersch, Melanie Alvarenga, and Ruthie Becker. If you're just now tuning in, did get into some foul trouble. Some of most of our starters in those first 2 quarters there, looking to kind of change how they play here to reduce those opportunities for the Trojans to score. Ruthie Becker tries to go for that 3. Melanie Alvarenga gets it back.
Good pass by Ruthie Becker into Bree White. That was a great pass. Yeah, and again, you see, like we talked about before halftime, you really missed Bree towards the end. Yeah, good defense by Morgan where she got a little caught up in the first quarter when they tried that press, trying to like either go to the ball, stay back. She got caught up between 2 people there, so good job at just like making the Trojans take it out of bounds, not letting them get a quick bucket
Sure.
off the press.
Yeah, interesting to see Bree at the top of the arch here. She's been playing some good defense here today. Trojans able to score there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's good defense on Kate. She's got 3 fouls. She's not trying to sit on the bench anymore this game.
Sure.
At some point, you just got to say straight up, and if they beat you, they beat you. Good pass by Bree White.
Morgan Wersch, unfortunately, throws that right up. She's right under the basket there. Kate Mocho kind of stuck in that corner. Has got to get off, make a pass. Goes for the 2 there. A little too much force there. Hits the back of the rim. Again, hands up. No one here wants to get into fouling trouble.
They called it over and back. But no, great pass in Bree White. She's doing a fantastic job of getting some offensive rebounds. Unfortunately, Morgan just a little bit too low on that bucket there. Too far underneath the hoop. But these Jags are doing a good job. They're coming out aggressive. They're coming out great so far. It's still 29-19. Jags still have a 10-point lead here.
Melanie Alvarenga looking for a steal there. Unable to do so. Trojans kind of throw it away, throw it out. That'll return back to Jaguars possession.
Good defense by Morgan there. She's not trying to get another blocking foul called on her. Good job just standing there, keeping her hands straight up.
Trojans looking to press just a bit here. Kate Mocho will try to make her way up. Makes the pass off to Melanie Alvarenga. Makes herself wide open there, which is good. Over to Bree White. Morgan Wersch is wide open, makes 2. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Crucial there. Great job by Bree White, really reading where she could pass there. Melanie Alvarenga intercepts that, makes that pass off to Bree White. That's another 2. Your score is 33-19 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Beautiful play at the start of the third quarter by the Jaguars.
Trojans want a timeout. Great job by these starters coming back. A lot of them were in foul trouble. This is what you want to see. A lot of girls got a big rest before halftime. Good job coming out, running, being aggressive to the third quarter for the Jags.
All right, and after the timeout, we're back. Looking to see the exciting ways Jaguars kind of find these opportunities to score, as well as preventing the Trojans from scoring as well.
Yeah, here Jags coming back with the press. They're doing a better job of crushing that middle. Melanie and Kate both doing a better job of managing that middle and helping Morgan on that back line.
Yeah, for sure. Trojans make that pass. Bree White there to defend. Melanie
Good help
Alvaro.
defense. Good rebound by Morgan Wersch. Melanie did a good job standing straight up, not going for the block, not moving her hands down. Good job.
Becker takes it up. Makes
Great
the pass.
backdoor pass.
Melanie Alvaro, unfortunately unable to make that shot there. I think she had some confidence
Yeah,
there.
trying to avoid some contact.
That'll return back to Jaguars possession. Ruthie Becker very careful there not to even try to get a hold of it as it rolled out.
Yeah.
There. She was waiting there for a sec.
Yeah, this is the point where you see everybody's kind of matched up on this press. This where Bree might have to flash middle a little bit, as you can see. Ooh, a little bit of a short pass there, but
Kate Mocho does try to recover it on the floor with the Trojan.
and she's
hurt.
hurt, which is not good. I don't know if she got smacked in the head or if her head hit the floor really hard, but you can tell she's in some pain, and that's not good.
Kate Mocho does walk off with the trainer, able to do so.
She's staying in the game. Good job by Kate. Being tough.
Actually, she's
Yeah, take her out. Give her a minute to catch her breath. Brooke Haddle will check back in. Yeah, it looks like she got maybe some of that contact. She got her head pushed in the floor. She took another body part to the head there, but it's good to see she was able to get up, and just going to give her a quick breather on the bench here.
Just saw her smile again, so.
Yeah, she's had a bit of a rough morning
honestly,
here, Joe's.
I always say this, and you know it's something you don't want to jinx at all, but these Jaguars have done a really good job at preventing injuries this season.
Yeah.
Whether that's just with the amount of conditioning they do, the amount of work they do in that off season. I really think they play really well and prevent those opportunities. Seeing someone like Kate getting hurt is fortunately very rare. So
yeah,
always good to see her get back up. I know she's probably eager to get back in here in a second. So
yeah, no, all these girls are super tough. Melanie trying to drive through contact there. All these girls are super tough. They take so many precautions to stay healthy. As Coach Greg wants a timeout on that jump ball there, but no, yeah, Jags, they do a fantastic job of staying healthy and preventing injuries all season long, and it's great that like a couple years ago, Bree White suffered a couple season injuries. Her sister Maya had some injuries, and that's something that can really affect a team. So it's great that they stay healthy and aren't injured as often as some other teams have to deal with.
For sure. All right, and after timeout, we're back. Kate Mocho looking to head back in here in just a second. Melanie Alvarenga reads that her offense here, looking for a chance to make that pass off. She'll make that over to Bree White, who finds
good move underneath. Just unlucky there off the rim, but that was a great move by Bree White, doing a good job of being physical.
Kate Mocho will come back in for Ruthie Becker.
Which is good. Again, Ruthie's been playing like a lot more minutes than she usually would, so it's good to give her a little bit of breath, but she's been doing a fantastic job all game. Melanie looking here. They're counting down for 5.
She tries, yeah, Kate Mocho able to retrieve that. A little too much force there from Melanie Alvarenga. Kate is able to get a hold of it. Bree White goes for the 3.
And that's what we talked about before halftime. Getting Morgan, getting Brooke, getting Sophie in position down low. You see that defense collapse, which leaves the arc wide open for shooters like Bree, Kate, Ruthie, Melanie. Great offensive
set
there.
Bree White takes it back up for the Jaguars. Able to get a hold of that from those Trojans. She'll put 2 there on the board. Great game here by Bree White.
Yeah.
11 points so far total. So, you know, great seeing how she's kind of adapted and what she's capable of doing other than just being in the paint and making those free throws.
Yeah, she's super strong, super athletic again. Her sister Maya was here, was a great player at Joe's all 4 years. She's always so fun to watch, and she always contributes in every way that she can.
Yeah, I'm curious to know if this is somewhat surprising Bree White. I know she knows what she's capable of doing, but she did say this year she's specifically working on finishing up around the rim and getting all of the rebounds for the Jaguars. She is aware of, due to that small size, she plays a big role as probably the tallest on this team. So
Brooke White, Brooke Haddad is taking some heat down there from some of these players. She's getting kicked a little bit. It's becoming a little aggressive. Melanie, I know, really wants to finish. She's got to be a little careful, though. She's getting really close to some reach-ins that might get called. So everybody's got to take a bit of a deep breath here and just come back to playing their game and watch out for these fouls. They're doing a good job so far in this third quarter. No fouls, which is great for the Jaguars with the amount they had in that first half. Trojans make a substitution here as Brooke Haddad will inbound it for the Jaguars.
Brooke Haddad makes that pass over to Kate Mocher, who will take it up for the Jaguars. She makes that beautiful pass over to Morgan Wersch, makes that pass to Melanie Alvarenga. They'll work that arch. Bree White tries to take the drive, unable to put two up. A little too much force there. Didn't quite hit the box there, but.
Yeah, good job by Kate Mocho on that press, too. Trojans have been using a bit of a trailer. Oh, another foul here, I believe, on Melanie. That's her third. Yeah, her third here. But as I was saying, Kate Mocho's doing a great job on that press. Trojans have had a bit of a trailer person behind coming up, behind some of these guards, poking the ball out, double teaming. So good job by Kate to just get ahead of it. Trojans working the ball around here.
Kate Mocho gets it back for the Jaguars, works her way down the court, makes that
good
beautiful pass to Bree White, who's able to put two up for the Jaguars there, making her score 40-21 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. You know, it's those types of plays where they can kind of move efficiently.
Yeah.
That really allows the Jaguars to put the most on the scoreboard in this game.
Yeah, Bree does a great job around the floor, getting an open position, being aware of where she needs to come block to block.
Bree White playing some strong defense there. Trojans have to make that pass off. They're kind of stuck from our Jaguar defense. They'll try to go for a three there. Shot a little too far and then try to take it back for two. Unable to do so as well. Kate Mocho makes that pass over to Bree White. She'll make that pass inward to Morgan Wersch. That'll be a foul.
Yeah, again, coming to that same side block. Something coaches tell you all the time when you're running the floor in transition. You always want to be on that same side block as the guard. It's a much easier pass to get it down to the same block than having to make that little small cross court pass. So good job of Morgan getting in position and getting the foul call.
Morgan Wersch will make that first free throw. Ruthie Becker will come back in, and Melanie Alvarenga will come out. I'm anticipating Greg is just trying to avoid those as she is at 3 fouls, avoiding foul trouble as he heads into the fourth quarter. You know, they do have a pretty good scoring gap here, 20 points ahead, but you know, it's really important that they don't crumble here in this last part of the game and get confident with that, because it's not something that they can really rely on or shouldn't rely on.
Yeah, Morgan Wersch missed his second free throw there. And Trojans just come right down the floor with that. Little miscommunication on that transition defense there.
Kate Mocho makes that pass to Ruthie Becker. A little too much force. Ruthie Becker's got to get it out. Got to return to White's possession. Trojan fans not happy about that call. They believe that should remain in theirs, but.
Yeah, there's been a couple calls here a lot of these fans probably disagree with. Morgan Wersch getting a little bit of break as Sophie Selleck will check back in. And this is a good time too. Obviously Bree's been tremendous from down low, but with Sophie and Brooke in, it's a good chance for.
Brooke Haddad makes the pass to Kate Mocho. She's able to put two up there. That was a beautiful just kind of read there by Brooke Haddad.
Yeah. Good defense there by Brooke Haddad. Lockdown defender. Oh, little bit of a late foul call there. Sophie's got to be a little bit more aware. She's got to take one more step over to the center to be in some help defense, too, to help out Brooke and Ruthie, who are guarding pretty far beyond the arc.
For sure, that was a foul called there on Bree White.
Her second or her third, I believe.
Good to see them kind of limiting these fouls just throughout this third
Yeah.
quarter. You know, I think they were at that 4-5 mark within a couple
Yeah.
minutes in those first and second quarters. So I think the Jaguars, what they did talk about in the locker room, even as well as the Trojans, just how much, you know, they've kind of avoiding that fouling troubles as well. It's been, they clearly are doing something effective and something that was talked about. We did notice after that halftime, Jaguars returned to the court pretty early in to halftime, maybe only a minute or two of conversation in the locker room, but returned back to the court to warm up the remaining time. So interesting to see that.
Good job by Sophie getting in the middle there. No, as you said, again, Jaguars, a lot of these girls, they're pretty self-aware on what they need to fix. They understand what they're doing wrong. A lot of the time, locker rooms, conversations shouldn't be short. Coaches, here's what we need to work on. Players, we know what we need to work on. Come back out, get some shots up before the start of third quarter. Sophie Stella can nail her first free throw. Morgan Wersch had a missed three, but both Kate and Ruthie down low were doing a great job of crashing on that offensive board, and that's something that's super important with Bree out now, who has her 3 fouls. She'll sit before the fourth quarter. But, again, just having that inside presence and those offensive rebounds and that second chances is super important.
For sure. Trojans try to go for the three there, hits the back of the rim there. Brooke Haddad takes it back out for the Jaguars.
Oh,
Makes the pass to Kate Metro. She tips it.
just a little bit too much heat on that
That's all
pass.
right there. It was going to probably remain just with the force, even if Kate hadn't, you know, made contact with it, just the amount of force Brooke Haddad did have there on that pass.
Yeah, great pass, though. I mean, good
Yeah.
read. Like, still wanting to push it up the court, still wanting to get those easy buckets in
the idea was
transition.
there.
Get Kate going again. Obviously, she hasn't played a whole lot due to some foul trouble, as Trojans nail a three from the top of the arc. But I like the idea of keeping your foot on the gas and not settling.
Kate Metro will take it down the court. Got to stay in control of that ball. Makes that pass over to Sophie Stella. Sophie Stella puts up two there. Your score being 47-28 with 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Jaguars are eager to find more opportunities to score here. Kate Mocho gets that rebound.
Morgan Wersch running up the floor. Good job. Great pass by Kate Mocho.
She'll make two there.
Absolute dime. That's a great pass. Trojans here are going to take down the clock a little bit with about
Ruthie
15
Becker playing some
seconds.
strong defense there, able to steal it from the hands of the Trojans. She's got 3 defenders on her.
Foul, reach and foul there is going to be called in the backcourt.
Yeah, I mean, Ruthie did a great job there, just keeping it under control, being calm and collected. Would have been great to see maybe one or two of her teammates kind of come up,
Yeah.
help her out there, make a pass off. So ultimately, though, it worked out in the favor. So
Yeah, and sometimes when you have so many transition points,
for sure.
sometimes some of the other guards and players don't realize that, like, you're up there, but everybody else is still back there.
Yeah.
It's just
Yep.
taking the second to be like, oh my gosh, I need to turn around. Like, she needs help. Ruthie got like 3 players on her, but lucky enough to get the foul call and not a backcourt turnover.
Ruthie Becker makes that pass off to Brooke Haddad. Morgan Wersch tips it off into the hands of Sophie Stella, who puts up 2 again.
That is how you respond. They had a rough first half, but that is a great way to respond in the third quarter. Your score is 51-28. Your St. Joseph Academy Jaguars. Fantastic third quarter here. And hopefully they'll keep pushing here to close out this game in the fourth quarter as Bree White, Melanie, and Lizzie Goss look to check back in here at the start of your fourth quarter.
Yeah, missing a familiar face here. Nia French, we noticed, not on the bench or in the game tonight. Swings up for Varsity. I honestly think if she was here, could have made some, really left her impact. She's a fast player, which would have went well with the Trinity offense, as well as just finding those open opportunities to score. But ultimately, the Jaguars have shown that they're capable of doing so, even with a fast and aggressive defense. They're eager to take this win. It would make a 3-game winning streak, I believe. So, you know, I think it's really important that they do as they head into, you know, even January 15th, which I believe is Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
No, Thursday.
We're close enough.
Yeah, maybe Thursday. They play up against Strongsville, which is known to be a really good team.
Yeah.
Really important that they kind of understand how they want to play, understand how each other play, maybe what their strengths and weaknesses were in this game, what they can work on in these coming days and practices, as well as watching film. So I'm eager to see that turnout against Strongsville. I know they're also going to play St. Ursula here soon. So interesting to see how this all kind of turns out also as they approach senior night. I'm excited to see kind of what these Jaguars are capable of doing. That'll return back to Jaguars' possession there.
Yeah, start of this fourth quarter here. Trojans 1 in timeout. On the floor for your Jags, you've got Lizzie Gus, Bree White, Morgan Wersch, Kate Bocho, Melanie Alvarenga. Jags' schedule has been tough all year. Really great group of girls, really strong, really resilient. As you can see, again, they had a pretty rough first half, but making those adjustments at halftime, knowing they're capable of making those adjustments and just coming back out strong is super important, and it's something that they got to continue to do for the rest of the season as we get closer and closer to postseason.
For sure.
It's nice to see some smiles over on the JagWire bench. They're feeling pretty confident here as they hopefully finish out this fourth quarter strong. Trojans will inbound it here.
Lizzie Gus now in for the Jaguars, her first time in this varsity game here. Played in JV. She also suffered a bit of an injury there in that JV hit to the face, I think specifically nose. So great to see her back in and well.
Yeah, sometimes with that stuff, you just got to like sit down on the bench, take a minute, recollect yourself, realize that you're okay, all that stuff, and just get back into the game. Turnover there by the Trojans.
Lizzie Gus will do the throw-in for the Jaguars. Make that pass off to Melanie Alvarenga. As Kate Mocho, Bree White, and Morgan Wersch make their way back. Kate Mocho makes that pass off to Melanie Alvarenga. Morgan Wersch tries to make that pass into the paint to Bree White. Trojans are able to get a hold of it.
Yeah, sometimes those passes are a little difficult. It's a good look. Like, she's doing a good job of looking down there. Just maybe one too many defenders down there for Bree to wrangle that pass in.
For sure. Kate Mocho able to get two there. Good to see her back on a bit of a scoring kick after her absence in the first and second quarter.
Yeah, Jags' last couple possessions have been doing a really good job of penetrating inside that defense and being able to kick it back out.
Lizzie Gus with some good defense there, but Trojans are able to make that pass off. Score two on the Jaguars. 53-32 is your score with 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Jaguars got to keep this scoring gap in whatever way that takes.
Yeah, got to stay clean. No more fouls. Kate Mocho strips down low, but yeah, got to stay clean. I know you're up by a lot. Obviously, the margin's pretty big, but again, good passes, good shots. Don't force anything. Just keep it clean. You're not in a rush to score. So just kind of taking that deep breath and realize, all right, we've put our foot on the gas. We can start to kind of peel off of it a little bit and just let the game flow how it's going to go for the last 6 minutes here.
Yeah, Jaguars doing a great job at keeping them along that arch. Unable to really make a drive. They'll go for the three.
Yeah, two. She's inside the arc,
yeah.
But great jumper there. Like I said, she's a great player. She's been at a couple JagWire like camps and games and all that.
Morgan Wersch will go for the three. She'll sink that one. Your score being now 56-34 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Seen a lot of action from Morgan Wersch today, which has been great, as well as people like Brooke Haddad. So exciting to kind of see them and how that's taken shape.
Yeah. She's going to take the deep three.
It's a
little bit too long. Tipped out back to Trojans. They retain possession here. Good steal by Melanie Alvarenga. Good job by Bree White, too.
Makes that pass over to Morgan Wersch, who will go up for two there as well.
Good transition bucket there. This is a point, too, in the game where you're really trying not to foul. At some point, if they beat you in the paint, they beat you in the paint. You're not trying to draw any, like, not stupid fouls, but just unnecessary fouls that'll take you out of the game.
Yeah, Lizzie Gus makes that pass over to Morgan Wersch, over to Kate Mocho. Loses control of that ball for just a second, makes that pass off to Bree White so she can kind of get her footing again, but Melanie Alvarenga will take the pass off. Bree White will take it back again, makes the pass to Morgan Wersch, who will go for the three as well.
Unlucky in and out by good. Ooh.
And that's a foul there.
Yeah, Lizzie Gus getting hammered down low, but good job by Lizzie crashing the boards, getting that rebound, and she'll head to the line.
Lizzie Gus will make that first free throw. Good to see her scoring in this game too. That'll be her first point of the game, which has been, she scored well in the JV game. So
yeah, put Sophie Selleck, Brooke Haddad back in, give Breen Morgan a break here. Both have had a great game. You hope to see Sophie Selleck score a couple more buckets. She's done a good job of running in transition and getting some quick layups down low.
Lizzie Gus unable to take that second free throw, hits the back of the rim there, but Brooke Haddad there for the
Good
offensive
job.
rebound. Makes that pass over to Melanie Alvarenga, back to Lizzie Gus. Brooke
Bit of
Haddad,
a risky pass in the middle there.
Trojans trying to tip it off, hoping to get control of it, but back in the hands of Lizzie Gus. Sophie Stellick helps out there too. A missed shot there by the Jaguars.
Yeah, good shot though by Lizzie. Wide open mid-range jumper. Great job by Sophie Selleck, waiting to stay with it. Kate Mocho will nail the three.
An injury can't alter her.
No. She's had, I know, the first half was rough, but she's always so strong, keeps her head in the game. Messy turnover there by the Trojans as Cam Croce will check in for Kate. Not too happy about having to come back off the court again. But overall, your starters, they played a fantastic game. They all got into some foul trouble here in the beginning. But your bench really stepped up here, and everybody's done a great job.
Lizzie Gus makes that pass off to Melanie Alvarenga. She'll work her way up the court for the Jaguars. Sophie Stellick there for the screen. Tries to make that pass. Melanie Alvarenga. Sophie Stellick, I don't know if was fully aware of that.
Yeah, she wasn't really looking for it. But, I mean, good read by Melanie. She saw Sophie had that open position there. She had the roll. Just a little bit of miscommunication, but good luck.
Yeah, Trojans will now take it back up. Your score being 62-34 with 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Jaguars, these last 3 minutes are pivotal, even with as big of a scoring gap as they have. Lizzie Gus able to get her hand on it, helps Melanie Alvarenga get it out and back in control. Brooke Haddad makes that bounce pass. Lizzie Gus hits the bottom of the board there.
Yeah, just a little bit too far underneath. And Trojans will get called for a foul on the Brooke Haddad pass.
Gabby Croce will now come in for Melanie Alvarenga. You got your full, we typically just say second string just because of not your starters in here at this moment. I'm glad to see this kind of normal rotation, which we see in most games. They kind of got under control. I think Jaguars were able to kind of calm down, figure out what they needed to do so that they could play both groups just in the most functional way that they possibly could.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to see Coach Greg empty his bench here, get everybody in, get everybody some playing time.
Lizzie Gus goes for the three. A little too much force there, hits the side of the rim. Trojans working their way down, but Cam Croce is there. And that'll, I think, hit the foot of a Trojan.
Yeah.
Jaguars will take it back up.
Yeah, today was a great game. Everybody stepped up. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. High-scoring game for your Jags, 62 points. Awesome game overall by everybody. Lizzie Gus with a good backdoor cut.
Enjoy seeing this type of action, especially from Lizzie and Gabby.
Yeah.
Also, we've talked about this before. Interesting to see how that real-life sister dynamic of Gabby and Cami Croce kind of comes out in this game. As you saw just previously, she was taking it. Gabby was throwing it in for the Jaguars, made that pass off to her sister Cam. I think there might be some benefits totally to having your actual sister on the team.
Yeah, Cam Croce steps out down the baseline. But yeah, I mean, being able to practice together, go over like what you each got to work on. I think it's great. I think it's awesome that Gabby gets to play her senior season with Cam. And I think it's definitely something that they'll always remember here at Joe's.
Trojans will now take it up.
About a minute 45 left here to go. Your score, your St. Joe's Academy Jaguars 64, Trinity Trojans 36.
That'll be a foul there.
I was just about to say, I was thinking in my head, Jags have done a great job about not fouling this quarter.
That'll be called on Gabby Croce. That's all right, though. I mean, that's her second foul of the game, but ultimately not really in the territory that Melanie and Kate were in. So Trojans will make that first free throw there.
Trojans will miss that second free throw.
Sophie Stellick there to take it back up the court for Jaguars. She's fast. She's picking up speed there.
And she'll get the foul call going full steam down the court, which is good.
Yeah, I think Trojans might be getting a little frustrated here. I mean, you know, that's a kind of a given considering after that halftime,
the
Jaguars
score,
kind of
yeah.
had control over what they were going to do. Sophie Stellick goes up for a short
Oh,
two there.
unlucky
bounces.
bounce.
Yeah. You know, people like Sophie Stellick kind of coming out of nowhere. The Trojans might not have been really considering as threats
Yeah.
here. You know, Sophie Stellick's just as aware that she needs to stay vertical, prevent those reaching fouls. You know, those are someone that you don't usually perceive as your most noticeable threat, or even just you know, the strongest threat from the Jaguars' offense and defense. So, yeah, it's been great to see how that kind of has unfolded. That's a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, I played with Sophie last year. She's super strong. Again, another player that's just super strong, super athletic. Jags are having a little bit of trouble in the backcourt here in this last minute. They just got to get it. Lizzie can launch it to Sophie all the way down the court there. Jaguars have got to clean it up here the last 48 seconds. Just keep it under control here just a little bit longer. Having a little bit trouble getting it past half court.
Yep, 64-41 is your score with 45 seconds remaining. Cam Croce playing some strong defense there on a Trojan, but
yeah, you're really trying to keep Trojans out of the paint here.
which they're not necessarily doing so. Good try, Emily.
Yeah, I feel like I keep jinxing him here. The foul, paint. They're going to call Sophie Stellick for another moving screen here, another offensive foul. 23 seconds left to go in your fourth quarter. Jags have just got to manage it a little bit longer, and their streak will continue here.
Some good passing there by the Trojans.
Yeah, a good kick out. Sophie Stellick just a little late on that help defense there.
Gabby Croce takes it up the court for the Jaguars. Makes that pass off to Lizzie Gus.
Oh,
Yeah, that.
wanted to score a quick bucket before. 0.6 left to go here.
64-45 will probably be your final score.
Probably, yeah.
And it is. So your final score of today's match, as I just mentioned, 64-45, St. Joseph Academy taking the win. Thank you for tuning in to today's game, brought to you by JagWire, and we look forward to bringing more events to you moving forward. JagWire signing off.